on the final hour, I have FloppityPenguin. Now, I met this guy through this awesome TikTok creator called Tifcree. And we just talked, and he wanted to be on the show, and here we are. I don't know much about him. I know he does YouTube and Twitch, and he was a pretty entertaining rapper on this one game for... I don't even know what the game it was, but it was on Twitch. It was pretty funny. I'm like, what the hell is this crap?
Oh, like, you're talking about Jackbox.
Yeah, like what? But okay, every interview I do, my first thing I tell every interviewee, any question I ask that gets you very uncomfortable or you choose not to answer, you do not have to answer. You can pass. All right, with that out of the way, who is FloppityPenguin?
All right, then let me start from the beginning, my dude. Okay, so I started streaming a couple years ago. What happened was I graduated in 2016, and I was looking for a job. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are recent graduates, but the job market is pretty brutal right now, especially right now with the situation with the virus. But back then when I graduated, it was pretty brutal as is anyway. So I was doing a lot of interviews with like local police departments. My degree was in criminal justice.
Nice.
So I was doing a lot of interviews for local police departments, stuff like that. And then I was just like, I'm having a hard time getting a job. So I got to do something in my spare time while I'm sitting here just putting in applications. So one day I was just sitting there watching a Let's Play from Markiplier. The exact one was when he was playing Fran Bow. He was playing Fran Bow. And I was just like, damn, he's got the coolest job ever. All he does is play video games all day, and he makes a living. I wish I could do that. And then I thought to myself, but wait, why am I not doing that? I could totally do that. So then I just started a Twitch account.
Fair enough. That's a pretty good introduction. I mean, I have the same kind of thing going on, but I didn't go to school. I'm like, if I go to school, I'm going to be spending a lot of money to get something I can't use. That's how I felt. And well, congratulations on graduating. What form of criminal justice degree did you get? What exactly was the field?
So my degree was super broad. It was criminology, but my aspiration at the time was I wanted to go work at ICE, specifically in combating human trafficking. Since I live in Texas, there's a lot of sex trafficking that unfortunately happens near the border. It's actually one of the worst hotspots in the entire U.S. for sex trafficking and human trafficking overall. So in my human trafficking class, I had a professor who was actually an ICE agent at the time. She was an active ICE agent.
Damn.
And she would go on missions and that kind of thing. She actually convinced me not to pursue. She convinced me not to be she actually convinced me not to be an ICE agent after being an ICE agent herself.
Well, have you ever seen Criminal Minds?
No. But I watch a lot of cop shows, namely SVU.
Okay, but you've seen how later down the road it starts deteriorating. They go into a weird backstory how it starts deteriorating the person, the cop itself or whatever, just who they are and their personality, because they see all this death, this crime. It starts to just get at them. Is that the reason why she told you that, or what is
Oh, it's kind of racial. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I want to give you some backstory.
Oh, okay, let's go. Let's go.
I just want to be real.
Card. Okay.
I gotta be real. Okay.
Keep it real.
I'm what's its face? I'm from a Muslim family. My parents are from Pakistan. So her logic was, look, Zen, you're Middle Eastern. You're 5'3". You're 115 pounds. You know what they're going to do to you if you get into ICE? They're going to put you into counterterrorism. And I know that's not what you want to do with your life. I know you're not passionate about counterterrorism. You'd always talk about wanting to combat human trafficking and help kids, that kind of thing. They're going to put you into counterterrorism. If you say you don't want to get pushed in that direction, you're going to end up in a desk job. And that's just the bottom line. I know what it's like. I work for the feds. I'm an ICE agent right now. So that was her logic as to why I shouldn't pursue it.
That is like straight to the point. Like, bro, your body is not built for it. You have the right mindset, but you're straight up fucked.
I know. Watch what she said.
Like, that's like straight up like, hey, you're a great guy. You have like you could do this. You can. But everyone else is going to be like, no, and there's going to be that one big guy that comes after you who's going to just fuck your ass up.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Like, damn. So are you still actually trying to pursue that at all? Or are you really like hardcore full-time being content creator?
Okay. So what I'm doing right now. Okay. So again, it's kind of like fate is weird. Like the way shit pans out is like really freaking weird. What happened was so I'm kind of a weirdo. I'm like legit like a weirdo.
Are we all?
Yeah, but like
I mean the real people, they're all fucking weirdos. It's the ones that are like fake as fuck. They're like they want to be like non-weirdo, which they're not, but they have no personality.
That's true. I agree with that. The people that aren't willing to be weird are just hiding their true selves. Okay, so
sorry.
So it's true though.
It's
anyway.
Right, it is.
Okay, so like this is what happened. So I'd been trolling around looking for recruiters in the city I live. I live in Houston. I was trolling around looking for recruiters with the state, right? So I got a hold of a recruiter for CPS, Child Protective Services, right? And
okay.
at like it was like really late in the day. It was like 6 p. So like business hours were over for the state. Like they end at 5, obviously, right? But I was just like, all right, I'm gonna call this guy and I'm gonna leave him a voicemail. I'm gonna try to get him to call me back. So I called and I left a voicemail and I totally fucked it up, like royally fucked up the voicemail. So like I like fucked up my number. I garbled up my name. It was horrible voicemail, right?
Okay.
So I did so bad that I was just like, no, I can't do this. I got to call him back and leave another voicemail. So I call him back again, and I'm just like, hey, I totally screwed up my first voicemail. So, so
can you please go back and delete that one and just listen to this one?
Exactly. So I was just like, I'm going to leave you a second voicemail. This is my name and this is my number. I'm sorry. I totally screwed that one up. But yeah, this is me. So I think the guy thought it was really funny. So he called me back in like, I'm not even shitting you, in 20 minutes. And this was after business hours. He called me back and you could tell that he'd been laughing. So he's just like, oh, hi, I heard your voicemail. Like, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm just like, so how can I like apply to this place? And he like directed me to the site and he just like, look, apply at this site and just walk through the steps and I'll give you a call myself. So the moral of the story is, if you're going to try to get a job, being quirky is not a bad thing. You stick out in people's minds. And I can say that for 2 different jobs. But
there's one thing about that I got to add in. Whenever you're doing anything in content creation, you're trying to stand out. Put this in perspective. When you were in school and you saw the group of people always hanging out, what is the one person they always looked at? It was the nerd walking to the crowd.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. That's who everyone would turn around and look at, right?
Yep. So you got all eyes on you, which is a good thing. And that's standing out. That's exactly what you did at that. I can't speak English. I'm tired. Fuck this shit. I'm done. Okay. No, but you perfectly stood out and got the guy's attention. Like, man, this guy's kind of funny. You know what? Let's talk to him. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. What's up, Joypad? And Pup Skill. Welcome to the stream. Ask some questions later. But yeah, pretty much like that's really cool. Like you tried to do that. So did you get the job?
So weird coincidence, dude. So what happened was, I ended up getting the job. I'm still working there now. I'm like working on my 3rd year right now. But the crazy thing is, my first case wound up being in my area of interest. I can't give information, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it was actually in the specific thing that I wanted to do with ICE.
That's fucking badass.
It was crazy. It blew my mind, dude. It blew my mind. Like weird, like the way weird things just happen to pan out. Like, oh my god, it was so crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, you went for something that was much higher class, which is the FBI. Like, that's hard to get into. You have to have the right mindset. You have to take multiple exams and freaking psychology tests, or what was that called?
Yeah. Getting in with ICE, FBI, any of these agencies, it's a pain in the ass. It's a process. It's a huge process.
And you can't even have like any drugs in your system or anything like that. You can't have any fun like that. Even if it's legal in the state, like you can't do that. And you have to be clean as a whistle just to get in. And and people know because every single person there can read right through you as soon as you walk in.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's fucking nuts. Like, so you actually landed the freaking thing you wanted to do after your instructor was like, no, don't do this.
I know, it's so weird. It's so weird.
That's just awesome. Like, seriously. Okay. Let's go back from like a little bit less personal, but still personal. What about gaming? Who and what got you into gaming?
So, when I was, I'm gonna tell you guys like the first game I ever played. So the first game I ever played was Donkey Kong 64 way back on the SNES. What happened was I was visiting my cousins in Canada, and in the basement, they were playing Donkey Kong, and I went downstairs. I don't even know why I went downstairs. I think I was like 4. I went downstairs, and they were just sitting there playing it. The second I picked up that controller, I thought that was the funnest thing I've ever done in my life.
Nice.
4 years of life.
Nice. That's awesome. You started about my age too. Shit. I was playing freaking Mario with the gun. I'm like, shit. Back in the day, I'm old, sorry. Anyway, so it was Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah.
Was it the original Donkey Kong or the Donkey Kong Country?
It was Donkey Kong Country. On the SNES, the one with Diddy Kong.
The second one, I think, right? Or whichever one.
The second one was Dixie Kong and Diddy. The first one was Donkey Kong and Diddy. And the third one was Kiddy Kong and Dixie.
See, I played all three.
I remember this one.
I played all three, and I don't fucking remember. But still.
I'm such a dork.
No, I just don't have a memory. That's the problem. Now, okay, so you played Donkey Kong. So that's an action platformer, right? So
yeah.
What is your actual go-to type of game? I saw you playing that first-person shooter game, which looked like my kind of game. I wish the graphics were cleaned up a little bit, but it looked like my kind of game. I like heavy mechanics for single-player games, like Bloodborne, Code Vein. Now,
do you like Bloodborne? Dude, that's one of my favorite games.
I'd never played it, but I like that style of game.
Oh, okay,
that style of game. Like, I played... Fuck, I can't remember. Anyway, this interview is about you. So, you like Bloodborne. Why do you is that your favorite style of game?
So, my so I'm kind of weird. Well, I mean, I've established
We established that. Well, come on.
So, my favorite game is actually one that a lot of people might not have heard of because it's kind of like a cult classic sort of game. My favorite game... Well, I say so I've got like 3 favorite games.
Okay.
So my absolute favorite game is probably Alice Madness Returns. A lot of people might not have heard of that, but it's like a fucked up version of Alice in Wonderland.
I've heard of it.
It's on Steam. You should be able to get it. But my 2 favorite game series are Kingdom Hearts and Silent Hill. I love both of those series to death.
Kingdom Hearts was great. 1 was perfect, 2 was a little short, and then 3 was like, I never played the sub games, so I was so fucking lost. but it wrapped up and everything made sense. It just felt like I was missing a lot, and I know I was.
Yeah, that's the problem with the series. I didn't play a
Yeah.
lot of the sub games either, so I couldn't finish the series. I didn't want to get 3 because I was just like, I'm still missing Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, there's a couple I hadn't played at that point, so I didn't get 3.
Yeah, there was one that was like a card system. I'm like, what the fuck is this garbage? Fuck this game.
Shade of Memories. I got that when I was like 10. It was so confusing to beat that game, man.
Okay, what is a classic game that's really not your favorite, but you've always had a problem just trying to play it and beat it?
Okay. So there's this one game that like haunts me to this day because I haven't beaten it. It does haunt me to this day. I haven't beaten it. One of these days, I swear to God, I'm gonna go back and fucking beat it on stream, and I'm gonna feel so accomplished.
Hell yeah, you better.
It's called Conker's Pocket Tale. It was way back on the Pocket Game Boy. It wasn't even on the Game Boy Color. It was on the Pocket Game Boy. And for some reason, I was just unable to beat it as a child. And I need to beat it as a grown-ass man. I just have to do it.
Really? Okay. You know, when we're talking about like Game Boy, the only game on Game Boy that really pissed me the fuck off was The Legend of Zelda on there. Was it Link's Awakening?
It should be Link's Awakening, yeah.
It was Link's Awakening. You know why?
Why is that?
Annie Moody, what's up? There was a puzzle, I think, in the second dungeon that you had to kill the enemies in a certain order. And if you didn't do it, you didn't get the key. I could never figure it out. I didn't understand it. Because at that time, I was not a good reader. So I finally broke down and kept reading and it clicked. I'm like, okay, let's kill the enemies in a certain way. There we go. What's up? What's up? What is up, everyone? Everyone's showing up right now. Holy crap. Yes, everything's doing good. Hello, everyone. But yeah, so you played classic games. Damn, you play a lot of games. How old are you by chance?
I'm 26.
Fuck you.
How old are you?
I got 9 years on you, my man. Thank you for that follow, Annie Moody. What's that?
You're 9 years older than me?
I'll be 35 in August. I'll be 35
I thought you were like
August.
31. That's what I pegged you for.
I didn't shave. I'm sorry. I could have knocked off 3 years, maybe.
You probably could have. You look like a really young guy, dude.
Oh, fuck you. God damn it. Anyway, out of everything you do when you go to a public or social gathering, what is something that, everyone comes to you for, or, what is something that stands out for you, your strengths when you're in a social gathering?
So, when I'm in a social gathering, the thing that people are most interested in is just my full-time job. Everyone always wants to know what it's like to work at CPS.
Okay. Anyway, really? That's it? Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing interesting about me.
Oh shit! You do this? You do all these other things? Not too, you honestly, I could tell if you get into a room with maybe 2 people, you would crack open a safe and just pour out and get everyone talking. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your best social skill. What the fuck? Okay, besides coming to you for information, what is, when people call you, what do they call you for?
So, I'm always, whenever anyone has any problem, literally anything, I'm always the first person everyone calls. Emotionally, there's a crisis going on, literally anything. It comes back to me, just probably my full-time job, and I've done a lot of it sounds cringy as fuck to say humanitarian work, but I volunteered at the Crisis and Intervention Center of Houston. So I worked in suicide prevention for a while before I worked at CPS.
Okay.
So it sounds cringy as fuck to say humanitarian work, but so a lot of the problems.
I don't even know what the hell that doesn't even ring a bell on anything. Who even made that word up?
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I mean, does it mean talking about someone trying to or going for suicide type stuff or suicidal thoughts and you're trying to fight it?
I guess humanitarian work is just anything that at large will help humanity. Where something like mental health care, making sure that people have food, disaster relief, stuff like that. That's all humanitarian work.
So basically, if shit hits the fan, you're the one there to help it.
Yeah, I'm always that person. Always.
All right, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Thank you for those hosts, everyone. Pupskill and Annie Moody. I hope I'm saying your name right. I really don't know, and I'm just swinging it right now. Okay, so I remember popping in one of your streams. You're like, I want this to be my career. So you thought this was fun. Did you find it as easy when you first started? Or did you, all right, when you first started Twitch streaming, did you think it was going to be easy?
Yeah, I've always found this like particularly easy. I've never had any problems doing YouTube or Twitch.
Now,
like,
what I actually meant by that question, because I know you're a social butterfly. What I mean by that is, growing to the point where it's a substantial income to take care of yourself.
Do I feel like that's going to be hard, or do I think that's easy? I mean, from my point of view, like I've always had like a clear goal in mind, so I've never found it particularly difficult. Like even the money that I've made right now, which I'm extremely thankful for. I'm shocked that I'm making that kind of money, but I've never really found doing any of this particularly hard because I researched it extremely heavily before I started doing it.
Very good. Smart. Very fucking smart. Yes.
I've always had like clear steps, like do this step next, do this step next, do this step next. And everything is just kind of like panning out that way based on the steps that I had.
Isn't it weird when you just watch a few videos of people who've been doing this a little bit and actually you take their advice and mold it into your own, you actually start getting better and grow? Isn't it weird?
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, so I'm not the type of person that says like anything like against streamers, and I'm not like some giant streamer. I'm like the same size as you, my dude. We're both small streamers.
Yes, we're small as fuck.
So, but in my opinion, there's two reasons that streamers or just content creators in general fail. A, they don't have a clear goal in mind. B, they just give up because the grind is too tough.
The thing is, for me, I just started streaming. I had no clue what I was doing. And I have a guy that's been doing this for years that's partnered, and he's my son's godfather. And I thought he would have maybe gave me a little bit more help, a little bit more of a push, more suggestions, and nothing was there. And then I realized down the road that he has a clear direction, but isn't trying to figure out how to grow even more. He kind of just stopped and gave up, it seems like. And that's my personal opinion. I know I love this guy to death, but it's just one of those weird things. But when I started, it was so weird trying to, like, as I tell everyone, finding yourself as a content creator. And everyone's like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm going to ask you, how did you find yourself so quickly as a content creator?
So it goes back to like having like I have a perfectly clear picture of the kind of full-time quote unquote content creator that I want to be. So I already had everything figured out before I like went live the first time. Exactly what I want to do, exactly how I want to do it. So I guess I mean I talk about this with my viewers a lot, but the way what I had in mind was I'm gonna specifically center around IRL content and indie games and challenges. Those are the three things that I'm gonna do. Okay. So I started with challenges in an indie game, and I slowly start mixing in stuff that I do IRL, and I put it based on the platform that would make sense in that situation. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, say I can't stream today because I'm going out with my family, or one of my friends is having a birthday party or something like that. In my mind, that's an opportunity to create content. So I could just make a YouTube video about the time I'm spending with my family, or the time I'm hanging out at this party, or what have you. Like, there's always an opportunity from my perspective to create more content. So from the get-go, I've always looked at streaming and content creation as a whole as kind of like a way of life and like a lifestyle rather than like I stream this time and then I just do my thing after that point. I've always looked at it, how can I integrate streaming and content creation into my life as much as possible? So yeah, that's how I've always done it.
That's very interesting. Like you actually have, no matter what, you'll find a way to make content. I've never thought of iReal life or IRL. I can't speak for shit tonight. But
It's okay, buddy.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I don't care. Everyone knows me. They'll know, like, what the fuck? Okay. So you just turn on the camera IRL and just try to make like little moments, or do you record the whole situation? Like, do you actually go live in that situation, or you just record it on your phone and then piece together something?
I record it on my phone, and then my editor, Horse, he'll make the actual video for me.
Gotcha. Okay. So I got to figure out who I have to give editor rights to for you to download this video so you can put on your.
Yeah, he'll be able to. I think he'll be able to Twitch leech you, and then just grab the VOD, and then from there he could just like edit it together.
Yep, it's very simple. I can see how it's done really quickly. But okay,
yeah.
Now, I know are you a TikToker at all?
No. So it's funny because I was just talking about that.
Here we go.
I was just talking about that with Foxy. I was telling Foxy that it's to my own detriment that I don't do TikTok because TikTok is one of the fastest growing platforms right now. I don't do TikTok. I should do TikTok, but I'm settled on doing the social media that I'm already doing, which is YouTube, Twitch, and what's its face? Discord is my communications with my viewers, and Twitter is for networking. And then Instagram is something that I want to work on more. So I'm not willing to take on any more social media apps at this point. Like,
you know how easy it is for TikTok? I'm not joking.
What do you got to do?
It's so fucking simple. Funny ass stupid clip that's like 10 to 15 seconds long, like real short. Post it on TikTok. Like you clip it on Twitch, download it, and just post it on TikTok. And then eventually grow and grow and grow, and just do that like once a day or once every time you're live. And just post a random video. Post your link in the bio, people will get to know you. Run a contest here and there, people will start meeting you.
Are you serious? Shit, I should fucking do that.
I didn't really personally start growing drastically and meeting the community I want to meet until I started doing that. And now I've met a lot of these awesome fucking people I talk to on a regular basis because of TikTok.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Damn, I should do it too.
I got 26,000 followers on there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, my wife's at 66,000. And we work. Dude, and if you need help, literally, just talk to me. I'll guide you through the basics. It's so simple.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, you know how you post a picture on Instagram or a video?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Gotcha, dude.
Same thing.
I should fucking do this right now. Shit.
Yeah. Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Type of day that you like?
That's easy. I love thunderstorms. I love horrifying thunderstorms, to be more specific.
Okay, fair enough. I love those too. Now, what about season?
Probably winter.
Birthday?
7/26.
Nice. Okay. I was trying to do something different, and I did pretty good on it. Okay. Just random shootout questions. All right. Now, has anyone, besides FloppityPenguin, do you have any other nicknames?
So, this is funny.
Okay, let's go. Let's go on this long one. All right, I got the popcorn.
I nickname all of my favorite people.
Okay.
Like, most of the people that are in my chat that are like regulars, I've come up with their name myself.
Nice.
They came in with a name, and then I was just like, you should name yourself this instead. And then they just swapped it. So I told you my editor's name is Horse. I came up with that nickname.
Oh, so you're the one who gives the nicknames.
Yeah, I give the nicknames. I don't really get the nicknames.
Oh my god.
So I'm always Zen. No, even in my chat, like no one calls me FloppityPenguin. Like they just call me Zen. So
really? I didn't know that.
So everyone just calls me by my name, and then I come up with nicknames for everyone else. It's pretty funny.
Interesting. That's very interesting. That's pretty cool, though. That's cool. Now, do you have a significant other?
No, not at this time.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have any pets or yeah? Do you have any pets? Oh my god.
No, but I used to have a pet rooster.
Okay, how did that come to be?
So what happened was, what's its face? My sister, when she was in like middle school, getting close to graduation, what's its face? She was incubating eggs in school that were gonna hatch into chicks, right?
Okay.
And when they hatched, what they were supposed to do was they were supposed to let the chickens either A, go to a farm, well, the chicks go to a farm, or B, you had the option to take it home. My sister, she's, what's its face? I don't know what she was thinking, but she decided to bring it home. My sister was in middle school, and she can't raise herself when she was in middle school, let alone an animal. So my mom thought it was gonna die within just a couple of days because she's just like, "What are you guys gonna do? How are you guys gonna raise a chick? Have you ever raised a chick?" And I was just like, "No, but I'm gonna try." And sure enough, we ended up raising a chick into a rooster.
Holy shit!
It was awesome, dude. He used to sit on my shoulder like a parrot.
Man, that's fucking badass. That's
I know.
badass. Except for the morning wake up calls.
No, okay, so this is funny. Like roosters don't actually do that.
Really?
I think that's if you like graze them a lot, like they grow up outside. Like in the house, he would just crow whenever he felt like it. He would just crow whenever he felt like it. There's no specific times. And when he'd crow for like he'd just go on for like a good 40 seconds. He'd just keep going and going and going. On that note, on my rooster, he was I don't know how many people know this. But roosters are extremely territorial. So any guest that would come to my house, my rooster would attack them. He would like attack. I'm not even joking. He'd attack every guest.
like I'm a raptor.
Yeah, like legit a raptor. One time, my brother-in-law came home and my rooster saw him. So my rooster ran after my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law freaked the fuck out. And he just ran straight up the stairs, and my rooster flew up the stairs behind him, and my brother-in-law ran into a room, and my rooster started pecking on the door that my brother-in-law, he was like pecking on the door, like, open it, son, open it.
Oh my god, it was so funny. Hilarious.
It was so funny.
That's really freaking awesome. You had a rooster as growing up. Not a cat, not a dog, not a bearded dragon, not a snake, not a tarantula, a rooster.
A rooster.
So everyone who came over is like, what the fuck?
Yep, pretty much.
And oh
actually, what's funny is one time my niece came over, and she was like I think 5 at the time. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta put this thing away. Like, what if it attacks my niece, right? And my her older brother, I think he was like 9 at the time. He was insisting on seeing the rooster, and I was like, okay, she can see the rooster, but like I gotta like put it right back in its cage because like what if it like attacks him? Right?
Yeah, they are territorial.
Yeah. So what happened was I picked up the rooster, and what's its face? I brought him over to my niece and my nephew, and my niece, like my rooster, like perked up and just stared at her, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna want to attack her, right? So instead of like that happening, my niece freaked out and like she just grabbed my rooster's head and she just squeezed it. And like my rooster freaked out and he jumped out of my hands and started running away from my niece.
Wow.
So my niece totally dominated the rooster and scared him so bad that he started running away. It was so funny.
Man, that's so like, have you ever had a cat or a dog?
No, I've never had a normal pet. I've never had a normal pet.
That's some shit. That is some shit.
Hey, Avocado, what's up?
What the fuck? Okay. What about like tattoos or piercings?
No, I don't have any tattoos or piercings. The
Really?
only tattoo I've ever gotten was one of those like you know the water ones you get when you're like
you
5.
go to a quarter machine and turn the thing and it comes out. You're
exactly.
like, wow, Dad, I got a
That's
tattoo.
the only tattoo I've ever gotten.
Nice. Oh my god. Okay, what about instruments?
Oh, okay. So I when I was like I'd say like 17, I really wanted to learn electric guitar. Just like every kid, I had my own garage band. So I got myself an Epiphone SG Special. I'm not sure if you know what an SG guitar is, but it's one of those classic ones with like the devil horns on it.
Yes.
I still have it, and I still want to learn it. So at some point, I swear to God, I'm going to start learning it, and I'm going to learn it while I'm live on Twitch. It's the goal.
You know
it's
what?
the dream.
I used to play guitar for years. I was almost signed twice. Band broke up right before or each time. But anyway, just pick it up and start plucking. That's the best advice I can give you.
What?
The first
happened?
band. Okay, the first band. This kind of this one's a short story. The guitarist and singer got into a huge fight. They ended up like actually physically fighting because the singer gave marijuana to to his wife, the guitarist's wife. And he asked him not to, but she wanted it, and it just was like a messed up situation. They broke up for a while. Then I just started to start my own band, and we started still going together, and then they kicked me out because I was doing my own band. But because I got kicked out, and I was the main focus of the talent, the person who was going to sign us said no, because I wasn't in it. And then I'm working with my other band to get it up and going. I started working full time because I had a kid. My son was born. I asked the band, I'm like, hey, I can't do weekday practices anymore, but I could do like 2 days on the weekend, and that's it. They wouldn't want to go for it. They didn't go for it, so they kicked me out. They stole my equipment, not my guitar stuff, but my recording equipment, and actually took all the files that I recorded of the band, used my recordings that were actually just my personal stuff, and tried to post it as their own.
That's screwed up, dude.
Yeah, but I got it all pulled down, so it was all good. It was just a really messed up situation. The guy who took the computer actually deleted the last pictures of my wife's dad right before he died. Like, deleted those pictures, deleted about 4 years of history off my computer of just photos. And he said he never did it. Yeah. It was a fucked up situation.
Fucked up, dude.
Dude, you have no idea. No idea. It was so messed up. But that said, this interview is about you, not me. So, we're going to go into a little bit more darker section. What is your deepest regret in life?
Let me think about that. Let's see. Let me say some of them, because I've got a few of them.
Okay.
So okay, so this is kind of a double-edged sword, and like I don't like this. I love like my viewers so much, and this is why it's a double-edged sword. So I talked to my editor about like, hey, like, dude, we've known each other for so many years. Like, what if we did content creation like earlier, and where would we be now? Like, I wonder where we would be right now versus like how we are right now. And like, he always claps back with the same thing, and it gives me pause, because I'm just like, yeah, you're probably right. He always says, like, maybe we'd be larger, maybe we'd be smaller, but have you considered you would not have the same viewers potentially? The same ones that you've connected with, that you really like, that you hang out with right now. You might not have those same viewers. So it makes me think maybe like what's its face? I wouldn't be like as cool with a lot of my viewers. Maybe it would just be like a quote unquote business kind of connection that we got going. if I'd started sooner with content creation. That's one of my that's one of the things that gives me pause. I wouldn't say it's a regret, but it really does give me pause when I think about it. Another thing I'd say is I wish that when I was in university, like what's its face, I did more research on what I'm actually going to do. To be fair, I I obviously wanted to work in ICE or law enforcement overall, so I wasn't thinking about it. But now that I work at CPS, if I could go back, like reversing the clock, not like go back to college, because I don't really have any interest of going back to college at this point in time. But if I could go back, what I probably would have done, and this is the same thing I always tell my viewers when they ask me, I would have went into social work rather than something super broad like criminal justice. Because even with a social work degree, you could still work in like criminal justice. Like it wouldn't have precluded me from doing that if I was going to be like a beat cop, for example.
Okay.
But I would have gotten a social work degree and I would have gotten a social work license, because I would have gotten a lot more opportunities just right out of the gate with a license. And there's a lot of jobs where I could have started like 60, 80K, like straight out of the gate. Like one of my coworkers, his girl, like she works at a place with a bachelor's in social work where she makes 110K.
Yep.
Yeah, so
isn't that sad? Like, because you picked the wrong field, you are fucked in a sense, like in layman's terms.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not really the degree, it's the fact that you got the license. The license is what sets people apart, and that's something that my friend always like brings up. He's just like, dude, everyone's got degrees, few people have licenses, and that's the difference here.
Really? And obtain a license, you have to pay like fees, and I'm assuming like fees and going to a class and passing a test.
Yeah, so you gotta pass the licensing exam, and you gotta get the degree. So you get the degree, then you go and apply for the licensing exam. Actually, Waffles here in my chat, I've been telling her to do that same thing.
Go do it now.
Yeah, go do it.
Anything else?
I think those are my two like regrets that I can think of.
No,
off the top of my head.
The content creation, what your editor says, that actually like maybe rethink everything I do, because I love my viewers now. Like my viewers would be completely different, because I was a completely different person before I started this and back then. Completely different. So that's a very interesting perspective. I like that.
Yeah, so let me ask you, like,
sure, let's go.
What got you into content creation? Because this is the first time we're like talking.
Right. Okay. I started when. Okay, I first lost my job at UPS for some bullshit that made no sense. Everyone was doing like, if you know your customer, like I walk up, I know you business, I see you every day. I give you the packages, I put a line, put the name. That's what everyone was doing at work. Something happened with a package. Then the customer said, "Oh, I never gave them permission to do that." So then it fell out on me, and they fired me because of that. With that being said, I started a job at Pace driving a bus. It only paid $12 an hour, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't survive on this. I ended up getting into the post office, and I just had an epiphany one day. I'm like, why am I not doing content creation? Because my wife actually started it, and I started going, I could do that. I tried it. I enjoyed it. My wife, which is Blood Vixen in my chat, can't do it because of just because she just can't. Some things hinder her, so I keep doing it. And we kind of work as a team, and we build together. Like, she does TikToks, but all the TikToks we create together is actually all of her idea. All my ideas and energy goes into my YouTube and Twitch. And like, what's my next like how-to video? What's my next funny gameplay video? When's my next Twitch live? When's my next interview? When's my next podcast topic? Like,
gotcha.
While she's the one doing all the TikTok stuff, I'm doing all that, and we work as a team. And what truly got me into it is I realized my buddy's been doing it for 5 years. Maybe he can give me help me out and give me some really good pointers. That was a fucking face plant, right? But he got me started, and just now I'm here.
So what? I got a question. Like, and I don't want to throw. I'm not trying to throw shade at your buddy. I'm just curious, and don't obviously no names here.
Nope, no names.
What would you have preferred, like, as an additional help to you from your buddy?
How to actually grow. Real advice. Because whenever I talk to anyone that's going to go to any form of content creation, I actually sit there and say, well, who are you? They look at me with the most weirdest, stupidest look, but I'm like, no, seriously. Who are you going to be known for? What are people going to come to you for? Why are people going to come to you? Once you can answer those questions, of course, you might have to do this for like a year, 2 years, 3 years before realizing this. It took me 8 months to really realize that I enjoy podcasts. One of my co-hosts, Two Stupid Gamers, great guy, he actually suggested, why don't we interview like fellow streamers? I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. I tried to get him on a show. I tried to set something up, and he fell through with joining. He's like, no, that's just too much with 2 people there. I'm like, okay, I'll just do it. I fell in love with it. And I realized I do a really good job at it because I bounce ideas off of. It's not just like straightforward. You could ask me questions too. I don't care. I'll answer. Oops, bumped the mic. Sorry. And a lot of people just don't understand finding yourself is the key to being a content creator, to keep going forward and find what you love and what you like. And like, my channel used to be all gaming. If you look at my channel now, you're like, this is mostly guides, interviews, and podcasts. And then like a random gaming guide. Like, my last gaming guide I put up was for Final Fantasy Remake, Top Secrets versus, or 3 versus Top Secrets, which was like the end game boss. And that's doing really well. And it's like, what the fuck? Where was all this before? But back to you. Do you have any more questions? I'm kind of curious. Now you're interviewing me. Let's go.
That's what I always do whenever I get into an interview. I end up asking more questions.
That's fine. I like it. Let's go.
So, let me ask you, what do you think is the hardest part for you on doing content creation?
Working 6 days a week and then trying to keep up the energy up until like about 2 a.m. only getting about 3 hours of sleep.
Oof.
Because I work Monday through Saturday, 99% of the time, and but like, luckily I was able to do all this growing, and I spent like 10 hours a day doing content creation 7 days a week when I was off from April 10th to June 27th.
Oh, okay.
That's how I met you. This interview wouldn't have happened if I wasn't off of work.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. I got you. Well, I appreciate that we were able to meet, buddy.
But that's the hardest part. Other than that, content creation is easy. The only thing I don't like is editing gameplay. I fucking hate it. I hate editing gameplay because I can't figure out how to make it funny. I can't figure out how to find myself with it. That's why I do like these podcasts, because I love editing these. They're very easy and a lot of fun. Because I love
Makes sense.
So
I don't know how to do any editing, like, at all. Like, I probably couldn't even like edit like a 3-minute video. I probably could do it. My editor does everything.
Well, I mean, you got someone like, okay, when you finally get to that point, which you already have, like, editing, like an editor, which is fucking godlike. I wish I had one. But like, here's my gameplay stuff. Find something good. Make something good out of it.
He's amazing. I could not do it without this guy.
Yeah,
Force is the best.
Editing is super fun, depending on the editing.
I like just looking at the, like, because sometimes I'll be like, show me like what you're like working on, like when he's editing something. Like, just looking at what he's doing is already overwhelming to me. Like, let alone actually like doing it. Like, I just look at it, I'm just like, oh god, let me just do the talking part. Let me just do the gameplay part. Let me just do the networking part. I can't do this. It gives like, I can't do it. I can't even look at it.
No, believe me, it is really hard, but I only knew how to do that because I spent a couple years learning how to record. And it's the same exact software. The only thing extra is the top layer of the video. I was like, holy shit, I know how to do this already. Let's go. And yeah. Okay.
So,
I don't think I have any more questions because we're just chit-chatting now. This is a good interview. I love these interviews.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so what's your biggest suggestion to someone who wants to just start up and start live? To someone.
Just go live.
Just go live? Okay, fair enough. That's a good one.
That's it. You'll figure it out.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Since we're like at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to ask my normal questions that we can get back to chit-chatting. First question. What is an interesting fact about yourself that no one else knows? One of my interviewers, like for example, didn't have a leg. He had a prosthetic and no one knew that.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that isn't going to feed through unless you say it, right?
Right?
Yeah. Let me think for a minute.
Man, I got him thinking. Oh.
Yeah, let me think. I want it to be like a good ass fact. Let me think. This is gonna come off like cheesy as fuck.
Okay, let's shoot.
But what's its face? Like when I got like my first few like dedicated viewers, I already knew that I was gonna be successful on this platform. So that's why I'm always so confident. And I always say when I'm full time. I never say if I ever go full time. I never word it like that.
I'm the same fucking way, man. High five.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Now that was cheesy.
I mean, like at the end of the day, if you're willing to put in the work, I think that you can do damn near anything. But you need to be willing to put in the time, energy, and work, and do a lot of learning. So
yes,
that's just.
Oh my god, you learned so much on fucking streaming, man. You learned how to read fast and play a game. That was fucking hard. But all right, the next question is there a question that you wanted to be asked but never got asked during the interview?
Wait, one sec. One of my viewers, Waffles, she's asking, can you read my chat? Do you have my stream open right now?
I should. Hold on. Yes, what's up?
Yeah, he can read your chat, Waffles.
Is not marrying Pumpkin at the pumpkin patch like he promised. True is an interview. Sure, why not? Who's interviewing who? But yes. Hello, hey, Zing. All right, is that what I was reading or?
Yeah, she just wanted you to read that. What was I? The question that I didn't get to ask. Let me think.
Yeah, something like you wanted to answer, but you didn't get to answer.
What is your ultimate?
That's the next question. We're talking about you first. That is literally my last question. Is there any questions you have for me? That's the last one. You first.
Okay. Let me think.
Okay.
There's another one.
Okay.
How long do you think it's going to take you to achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve?
4 to 5 years.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's my question.
Okay. What about you? What is a question that for yourself that your viewers might want to know that didn't get asked?
Right. Let me just let.
This is not Uno flip time. Okay. Yes, you did, Pifgree. Yes, you did.
What was one of the questions that my viewers often ask me?
What's that?
But let me. Which one do I want to answer? Because they ask me a lot of questions.
They ask you a lot of questions, but you don't answer them. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, all right, guys. In FloppityPenguin stream, have a bit war on who wants this question answered. The highest bidder wins. You got 3 minutes to 9:04. Okay, so what other questions do we have? I'm serious. They got a bit, even if it's one goddamn bit, and they know the questions.
Oh god, this is about to get really spicy.
All right. Ooh, where is Horse? Sophie has a fever. The girls say hello, Zane. Hey, Moody. What is your favorite fan story, Zane? That's a good one.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Let me
go.
do that one.
While we're having the bit war in another chat, even though they're not doing it.
Let me answer this question because I like this question. This is a good one. What is my absolute favorite fan story? Okay, this is simple. This is really simple. Our first year of successful content creation, where we were all just sitting down, and we were all just having a conversation and just chatting while listening to the Life is Strange soundtrack. I think that was my favorite moment with chat by far and away.
Nice, that's awesome.
I loved it. Every moment of that, I loved it. It was great. In fact, Moody was there, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, there's no bit war happening. I think your chat just doesn't care. It's okay. They're too timid. All right. Since there's no auction, now, how big is it?
No, that's why.
Well, if that's referring to something else, I mean...
No.
That's more like a other type thing that you do. That's something you do when you go out on a date. So you're like, hey, yeah, be careful because it's this size.
Oh my god.
Yes, I can be crazy. Anyway, is there any other? Okay, that's a fair one. We got one. Donate one goddamn bit for this to win and be successful of what it was, because that would be an official. Even if it's a goddamn gift sub, I don't care. Something. Dun 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 dun. Since Tifgrew was late, she's got another question. Did anyone ask Zane favorite challenge he has completed? Interesting.
Favorite challenge.
Okay.
I think my favorite challenge was probably I'd say Akuma mode in Evil Within was a lot of fun. It was a nightmare, literally. So the way the challenge works is in Akuma mode. I'm not sure if you've ever played the game Evil Within, or at least seen it. It's kind of like Resident Evil. Why? Why would you do that?
To kick it off, God damn it! It's a fair question.
It is a fair bottom.
So bottom?
Yep. Okay. But to answer the question, have you ever played Evil Within?
No, I have not.
So it's kind of like Resident Evil, if you've ever played any of the Resident Evils.
Okay.
So the way it works is if you take any hit at any point in time, you automatically die. So just imagine playing any Resident Evil, and the second you get hit, you immediately die.
Damn.
So that was my favorite challenge. I completed that one. You have to beat the entire game under that, under those rules. And there's a certain point in the game where
do you have to start all over from the beginning?
No. But there
Okay.
is similar challenges like that I've done on the channel. But there's a certain point in the game where enemies, they automatically lock onto you with automatic weapons. So they see you and you're automatically dead. But that works logistically speaking in every other mode when you just immediately take damage because they saw you. But not in this mode. It's not programmed right for this. So essentially, if you get caught, you die no matter where you are on the map immediately.
Damn.
Even if you're fighting 30 other enemies at the time. If that enemy sees you, you're automatically dead, which is complete bullshit.
What the fuck?
It was horrible.
Man, that sounds horrible. Shit, I hate no-hit runs. They're doable, but they're fucking hard.
Exactly.
Because especially when you get towards the end, it's freaking.
Thanks for the gift sub, Waffles.
It's so especially when you get towards the end, it's oh my god, I'm almost there. Then you freak out because of anxiety and like panicking.
And your hand's shaking.
Yes. Hey, thank you, Waffles, for that gift sub for Floppity Penguin stream. That's badass. Thank you for that. Okay. My wife asked, is it a holy destroyer?
Is what?
Size thing? Is it a holy destroyer?
Oh my god.
Well, okay. We're gonna take 2 more questions from chat, and we're gonna cut out because that was fucking hilarious. And it's the hour mark. My wife's goofy too, so. And it's kind of funny because how she phrased it. Holy, as in holes, destroyer.
I was so lost for a moment. I had no idea what
I
you were
saw the
talking
blank in your face like, what? We're good at that. We come out of left field and right field at the same time, but you're looking at home base like, wait, what? Okay. Anyone have any questions before we sign out? Because I really didn't get to ask chat questions.
Why don't you tell us about your social media real quick?
Me?
Just so we get on the record. Yeah.
I do Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok and Discord. Those are my main things. And thank you, Waffles, for that follow. Hell yeah.
Can you drop links to those in my chat?
I will in a moment. Following drawing, favorite horse edit, favorite drawing from Tiffany, and favorite horse edit. And this is from Tiffcree.
My favorite horse edit is probably I'd say the getting over it video is probably really funny. That was some of the funnest stuff that I've seen a horse make. And my favorite picture, I think I got it here. Let me see.
Okay.
It's this. It's my BRB card.
Your BRB card? Oh, yeah, nice, nice. Let's
I love this one
real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I was putting on the stream. Oh, well, it's gone. That's really cool. That is, I did like that. I was like, that's really cute in like a subtle, cool way. It's really interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, I always like that aesthetic for the channel.
Very cool. Well, that is it for the show. I had a lot of fun. You were fun. I had no clue how I was fucking going to do this one because I had no clue who you were. But
it's cool. I had a lot of fun too.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. You pulled a freaking Uno flip card on me. It's all good. I only had one other person do that to me.
That's what I do, dude. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah, definitely some other time in a different type of podcast. But, all right, everyone, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to hop on Apex with my son, and we're going to have a good time. We're probably going to yell at each other or die a lot. That's the plan. But anyway, have a good night. Peace out, and I'll be back. Bye.
Later.